All right, we are headed to Massacre Rim, which is a dark sky sanctuary. It's one of the darkest places on Earth. It is about 4 hours north of Reno, towards the Oregon border. So we're gonna go and spend the night out there and just do some car camping
See some stars.
and hopefully see the galaxy. It's supposed to be a really nice, clear night, so we'll see.
Hope we don't freeze.
Yeah, good luck. All right, after how many hours of driving?
4 to 5.
We made it to Massacre Rim. We're outside of the Dark Sky Sanctuary area, and we're trying to find a place to pitch a tent, which is a challenge because this is very much the high desert, and it is nothing but sagebrush and a lot of like thistle and things like that. So we're going to take the opportunity to find somewhere to park my Subaru, which doesn't have high clearance, can't go that many places, and flat ground to pitch a tent on that doesn't have bushes. So let's see how it goes. So this is going to be our campsite. The Dark Sky Sanctuary is technically over there on the other side of the road. The main road that we came in runs east and west this way, and then we took a southern offshoot. So it's open country, that's for sure. And this is my car, our champion that got us here. All right, so one of the things we were most apprehensive about doing and planning this trip was whether or not my Subaru WRX was really going to be able to do the roads to get out here. So we planned on the safe side. There are 3 different roads that you can take to get up into Massacre Rim. We stayed on
Mostly 395. Most of the way north was that.
Yeah, and then all 3 of them eventually run into 8A and cut east, and that's how you actually get out here. And the California side was super easy the whole way. Until it was paved, yeah, small towns and stuff like that, and it was really easy. As soon as you hit the Nevada state line coming back into it, it becomes like a gravel road. It's more like a big rock road.
It was more clear that you hit Nevada because the road changed than because of any signs.
Yeah, it's like the pavement literally just ended and it becomes a gravel road for the next however many miles till you get in here. So it is doable in a car in a lower car through that route. But you're gonna have a lot more fun and probably worry less if you have something that actually has some clearance. Even if you have like a Subaru Forester, I mean, the guy that we just passed by us had is just something with a little bit more clearance, but it wasn't really
fine, though.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, we just cut it a little earlier and erred on the side of caution, and we got a little spot that we could park right off the road and found a flat spot to pitch the tent.
Yeah.
So now we'll hang out and cook dinner and have a couple glasses of wine and wait for sundown.
It's gonna be awesome.
The sun is below the horizon and the temperature is starting to drop, which means that we are changing clothes. It's supposed to get down to about 38 tonight. So we have a pretty solid base layer, fleece, hoodie combination. So we'll see how the night goes. All right, so the very first thing we can see as the sun is going down is way over here in the east, and according to our star mapping app, this is Jupiter. So we're getting a nice view. It's a little lackluster looking on camera, but in person it's pretty prominent. We weren't sure if it was a plane or a star, but it's pretty big and orange. So here we go. More to come. All right, so it's 7:30, a little bit after 7:30. It's too dark for my camera to see me anymore, but it's still pretty light for the visible eye. You can see the sun's going down behind us. We have the first handful of stars that are starting to show up. Jupiter's getting higher in the east, so we're just gonna track them and keep going. All right, so it is just before 8:30 now. The sun is pretty definitively down. As you can see, there's no horizon left. I mean, there's a little bit in person, but the camera's not picking up on the light very well. I think we'll both agree that it's starting to get pretty good. Pretty good.
It's so cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, the temperature's dropping, so we're definitely layered up. But probably starting about 20 minutes ago, you were actually able to see the Milky Way coming out.
Pretty clearly.
Pretty clearly, yeah. More clearly than you would ever be in a city, for sure. Presumably it's only going to get better. So for it being about 8 o'clock that starts is sort of unreal. All right, so it is just before 8 o'clock. We've broken down our camp. It's already really warm. The difference between 7 and 8 a.m. is layers of clothing and types of clothing. We're back in cotton t-shirts and shorts at this point. So yeah, this is our first night out at Massacre Rim Dark Sky Sanctuary. And we were awake from sundown, which is about 7 a.m. until 10:30-ish, and then we crashed. And then I woke up at about 2:30 in the morning and looked outside, and the view the whole time was pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really beautiful. Seeing the Milky Way actually arch across the horizon was really, really cool. That's not something you get to see very often. And just the sheer number of stars was insane. I think it's easy to forget that there's even that many out there.
Yeah. What do you think? Would you make the 4.5-hour trip back, realizing that like 45 minutes of it is gravel road?
I probably wouldn't come this far into the sanctuary again. Maybe save that hour. Maybe. And I guess it depends on the time of year. If I knew that the Milky Way and the Andromeda, because sometimes a year it gets so bright that it'll cast shadows. So if we knew it was going to be that bright, I would for sure come again. Otherwise, I would think twice. It was amazing and beautiful. Totally worth it to do, not every weekend. I mean, not even once a month, I don't think. Once a season, maybe.
Yeah.
Just to come out and do it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Maybe even spend a couple days while you're out here.
Yeah, bring some people and get them the experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was really amazing, though. Definitely worth it.
Yeah, worth a shot. All right. Well, we are going to head out. So we have a lot of dirt road behind us and a handful of hours. So thanks. Bye, guys.